I just showed you the sky. It's been like that for about 8 days now. Just complete cloud coverage. Sometimes it drizzles rain. Sometimes it's just this. I feel like I live like on the West Coast, like in a Twilight book. But I'm not a vampire, so I do not like all this cloud coverage. So I thought today for our garden tour, we're going to do something a little bit different. Because it is so dreary. The flowers don't look as pretty when it's dreary. So I thought, let's just walk around. I'll do photos of each area I want to show you and highlight anything that's changed since last garden tour. So today's garden tour is going to be the flowers. Mostly that's all we're going to look at today out front, because I don't keep a lot of vegetables out there. Some, but I'm not supposed to for HOA reasons. So let's get started. Okay, this is the last half of the side yard, and we're working our way down. You saw some strawberries. I've got mountain daisy right behind them, and then we move into this raised up area. I've got some zebra grass, self-sown zinnias in between, nine bark there in the back, some grass off to the left. This is another picture of the nine bark, the artichoke there, and you can see I've got a container with million bells right here, and then a self-sown watermelon. I've got a cucumber in that container as well. Thai chilies. We actually saw these in the last garden tour. And now we're just going to move on down. Actually, we're not going to spend much time. I'm going to focus here on this flowering stevia because it's so pretty. It's bringing a lot of pollinators in. And most everything else on this part of the tour here on the side is just a mess, except for my rosemary. It's gorgeous and beautiful. I've got another artichoke there. My bird bath with the creeping thyme. I love that look. Lots of these suckers coming up from the crepe myrtle. Need to get those out. This whole area just needs to be reworked. You see we've got cardboard there and some mulch. Tick seed here that's flowering. This is the African blue basil. And you can see I've got a little video clip here because they're just pollinator magnets, especially the carpenter bees. They are on here constantly. They actually prefer the African blue basil to the holy basil. And I will be taking cuttings of this and rooting it in water and then transitioning over like 1 to 2 month period into soil in the house. This cannot survive outside. The holy basil will self-seed itself. Don't have to worry about collecting seed or overwintering. It will definitely take care of itself. And it looks like we're going to move on down towards the mailbox and the road. But first I'm giving you kind of a look up to where we just were. You can see the zebra grass kind of swaying in the wind. I love that look. And I actually love the sound of it too. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I'm giving you an extra long look. So you can see, yeah, I need to work on that. Mulch, cardboard. Here's some more of the African blue basil. And I like the look of the zinnia there with it, the orange kind of peeking out. I think that looks so pretty. This orange zinnia is just glorious. So that was self-sown. All of the zinnias you will see this year are completely self-sown. Here's some hyssop, coneflower. I'll leave those up like that for the birds throughout the winter. Some black pearl pepper there that was also self-sown. Here's a snapdragon. You know, if you squeeze it, it opens up like a dragon's mouth. I like to show that to kids. And here's a view up from the road, what all my neighbors see, which is complete weedy mess right now, and I feel so bad about that. But there's a lot of pretty things too, like these orange cosmos. Those are self-sown. I hope that they will self-seed themselves next year as well. I definitely need to work on the far perimeter though. It's kind of bare. Had some deer nibbling on like my sedum and stuff like that. But definitely this fall, this whole front yard needs to get worked on. This bed here on the other side of the driveway looks better than some of my other ones. Viewable from the road are these three main areas, planting areas in the front yard. Right now I'm focused on the one that's on the left of the driveway. You can see the toothache plant that we started back in January, February from seed. This is Gara, two different Garas. One in the front is more of a pink. than a lighter one. And this is a video clip. I just wanted to show you how pretty it looks in the wind. It's almost like it's got little fairies there on top. But the aster here, I think this is Midnight Lady, maybe, Lady in Black. It's a great thing to have in the fall because the pollinators absolutely adore aster. I think this might be a sterile variety, but I'm not sure. I've not had it self-seed. And there's another view. And then we're traveling farther up the driveway here. This is my red twig dogwood. It's starting to get more of a red bark. And when the foliage is all gone, you will just see those red sticks and branches in the snow. It looks so pretty. I've got some Russian sage, some pink moly. Everything here needs to get weeded, and I have a lot of weeds in there. As you can see, my ice plant's gone because of the weeds. I'm gonna have to try to find it in all that mess. So we're just gonna travel down the other side of that bed where you can get a better view at the Midnight Marble Hardy Hibiscus. There is one bloom on there, and it's so pretty and bright. And these are spirea. I've got 3 here that have kind of grown into a hedge. So the middle planting area, I've got a lot of different things going on. You can see the Mexican sunflower, and the bees love it, of course. You can see one's taking a little nap. Quite happy there. Love the colors there on this dreary day. And in the middle, I've got a black knight butterfly bush that has been seeding babies everywhere, and I didn't realize that until this year. I have to dig those up and do something with them. Got lots of larkspur seedlings and other seedlings starting to pop up. We'll see how well they overwinter. In the front of this bed, I've got okami cherry, and underneath there are 3 planters with cayenne peppers. I've got some fire chief celosia. And there are other things too, like snapdragons. This is a Bulgarian carrot hot pepper. I keep my hot peppers in the front yard. The deer do not bother them. Sweet peppers they will, tomatoes they will. My hot peppers they don't. These are wallflower seedlings starting to come up, and you will notice, look, all the weeds. So my promise to you guys is this month of October coming up, I'm going to be weeding and working on the backyard, the front yard. Vegetables are kind of under control now. I need to work on the flowers and the shrubs and the landscape. Here is my variegated hardy hibiscus that I love. This is an annual red sage. It will come back on its own. It'll self-seed everywhere, which I love that. This is my pomegranate, some more of the red sage, and then straw flower. I had some actually self-seed this year, which doesn't always happen for me. My pineapple sage, and it's almost time for it to kind of come into its own where it's going to put up these beautiful red flowers. It's just going to be stunning. And that's triggered by daylight, starting to less hours during the day. It's a massive plant, as you can see. It's huge. So now, get prepared, guys, because something happened on Saturday. The sun started to come out, and I actually took a break from filming and came back on Sunday to finish up, and look, the sun is in the sky. It was so bright. I mean, I had to wear sunglasses. I wasn't used to being out in the sun. It's kind of hurting my eyes. It was like I'd been in clouds for so long, cloudy days. But look at this. Look at the pineapple sage and the sun. Everything just looks much better when the sun's out, right? So now we're going to move on to the third bed that you can see from the road that's in the front yard area, not the side yard, just the front yard. And it's a mess too. I've let everything go this summer. Here's my sea holly and clematis, a front view. This is the back view. And then I've got these sneaky morning glories trying to come up everywhere in this bed. There's some dahlias there that have been mistreated. I'll do better next year, I promise. But look, I've got really nice new growth coming up. So maybe it was an okay thing to let them just go wild. I've got another dahlia here on the left of the bed that is a different color. It's like a whitish cream with purple tips, and it has done great. I'm a zone 7-ish, and they are zone 8 for hardiness, but they come back. Here's feverfew. I put that on the edge of the property because the bees do not like feverfew. My zebra grass down here is looking graceful, but all of my plants are kind of leaning way too much over the property line, so I really need to work on that. Spice hardy hibiscus. They're about done blooming. There's 1 or 2 blooms still out there. You can see one here. This is a bridal bush. There's one of the blooms. I actually have an eggplant that's starting to come back to life down there. And then some miscellaneous oregano trying to escape and grow in the back side of the bed now. My roselle hibiscus has a horrible moth on it called a tussock white something something that can sting very painfully. So I've been kind of avoiding this area. So now we're up by the house. Don't remember the name of that guy. It starts with a P. I need to do research on that. Some mums there in the light. And my coleus I planted. Remember a couple weeks ago we did that video. Aster. More aster. It can do well in part shade too. This is the front to the left of the stairs up to the house. My sweet potato vines are just kind of meandering through. You can see there they are in the containers and they're starting to pop. I can't wait to do that video. It's gonna be so much fun. Lots of other things going on the right side of the front porch. Lots of self-sown zinnias. My celosia was beautiful until the deer walked up in there and knocked it all down. So yeah, so it's looking nice. There's my patio peach, my non-bark, and what is that? Oh, just I'm going too fast here. But look at this, guys. There is a turtle head right there. That is from 2 years ago, and I don't know how it happened, how, why, anything. It just popped up there. It's so pretty. So I think that's going to conclude. I'm going to do a better job next time, guys, with all of my garden tours. So I hope you'll join me, and I'll talk to you soon. We'll kind of conclude with these squirrels acting a little crazy in my front yard. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.